Hi, this is DOSBox Mom, and welcome back to Let's Play Heroes Chronicles. Sorry about the delay in between episodes. Had a lot of real-life fun events and, well, gotta-be-done events like Gen Con and school starting up for the kids and so forth. Anyway, it's the end of the first week in the third scenario by royal decree in the Revolt of the Beastmasters campaign. We control this area south of this garrison here. You can see there's one of Baron Paglin's lieutenants there. You might recall from the last scenario, Paglin had escaped from us at the end of the scenario, and so he's holed up in a castle somewhere on this side. There are ambushes on our side, so we can't just let the secondary heroes go around with just one unit and explore things. We've got to have somebody with a decent army going first. Actually, I think rather than having Tarnum gather units from there, we should probably let Rosic do that instead. So maybe there. And I think we'll leave the monks alone. I was kind of hoping it was a scholar of some sort, but it's not. But having that pack of monks there might slow down any red heroes that might try to get through. Now that is a scholar, on the other hand. Now, let's see, can Tarnum use those? Actually, he can. Okay, so maybe we can have him transfer units from Alkan to Tarnum here. Yeah, Tarnum's special ability as a Beastmaster apparently is in regard to Basilisk. Increases their attack and defense for each level after 4. Okay. It's maybe not as obviously spectacular as some of the abilities he has in other scenarios, but it sounds like something that in time could get to be pretty powerful indeed. Yep, Tarnum's cleared the monsters here, so it's safe for people to go here. Let's see. Okay, and we need to continue building stuff in our 2 castles. Which, at this point, sounds like it's meaning creature dwellings here. And... maybe a resource silo? It sounds like we could use the extra wooden ore. The Null commander Brelic took a few troops to retrieve a couple families of escaped slaves from a nearby pond. They had been hiding there ever since they broke from their pens. Now they wanted to join my ever-growing army. But when Brelic returned, I could see something was wrong. The Nulls walked with their heads held low, dragging their flails behind them in the mud. "What happened, friend?" I asked. Brelic shook his head and muttered, "They're all dead. Women, pups, all of them. Paglin got to them? I don't think so. Not even Paglin's been this brutal," Brelic said. Then he described the bloody scene at the pond, faltering when he talked about the headless corpses hanging from trees. "Bounty hunters!" I cursed. Okay, so it's a new week. Now... okay, Tarnum already has all the units he could want. So let's have him... King's Gold's off limits! Stand back! Okay. 230. He doesn't know that many spells yet, does he? Yeah, the Beastmaster is the non-magic using type of fortress hero. So, yeah, I think that's what the castle structures in the swamp are called. Okay, I think we'll guard the lizard men here. Yeah, the rogues obviously weren't spellcasters, so we just formed a protective shell and had them come to us. Okay, I think we'll let our secondary heroes flag the mine now. Tarnum hasn't been there yet? Okay, well I suppose we'll go to the scholar first and then... okay, we might as well hire troops. And pick up some more gnolls. At least the gnolls are free. Let's just send them that way. Of course, Rozik's been there already. So. Okay, and Rozik can pick up those gnolls from Korvac. Maybe that too. I suppose we're heading them that way. Okay, we'll build the basilisk pit here. And start hiring the week's troops. Okay, we'll let one of the secondary heroes pick that up. We can hire our own wizardmen though, I suppose. And those rogues run. Kinda wish they'd join us instead. Okay, remember we want to be cautious about advancing with one unit wonders. Because of the risk of ambushes. Okay. Not gonna reach anything else, so I guess we'll send Alkin back that way. So, yeah. Rosic might have picked up the certain fly lorries. Get core back moving. Of course. Which was pretty stupid, so it's Rosic. Let's get out. Okay, well, let's build stuff. Okay, maybe the captain's quarters. And hire more troops. Yes, afraid so. Yeah, I think the heroes can advance up to level 18, I think it is. Ooh, the Ring of Life, okay. Let's try fighting the Zealots and Monks. Ah, it's not as bad as it could have been. Of course, Tarnum doesn't have that much in the way of spells on him yet. I need to remember these are ranged troops, so I need to advance. Sometimes I forget, and my melee units do the usual defensive cluster, which makes no sense when you've got missile troops opposing you. Okay. Good. Let somebody else pick up the gold. And we will try the pack of swordsmen. Now this time, swordsmen are not missile troops, so we'll do the defensive cluster. Not missile troops, and they are especially not spellcasters who could use something like a fireball or a frost ring to take out a lot of our troops. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna try taking out the Crusaders first. And the Basques can defend. I think I'll move the Knolls there. Okay, that went quite well. Okay, and that's a free tree of knowledge. Get expert mysticism or basic scouting. Well, I think we'll go with the expert thing. Well, basic scouting is a very useful skill, too. We'll start sending them back that way. I think we should be ambush free now. Since Tarnum's been there. Of course, nobody can get there yet. Okay, now this time we can afford to build the Gorgon lair. And maybe hire some more troops. Brullock and a few other gnolls approached me early this morning, but it wasn't Brullock who spoke to me. One of the other soldiers stepped nervously forward. Sir, I have bad news, the gnoll stammered. I looked at Brullock and the others. They were afraid of me, or perhaps it was my response they feared? When did I get a reputation for cruelty? Then I recalled that all these gnolls had been slaves just a few short months ago. Whenever they had to report bad news to their masters, they were probably whipped for it. No wonder they expected to respond similarly. So, basically, we lost a bunch of resources and gold, which stinks. What is it? I asked. The gnoll began, glancing at Brullock and the others for support. We're checking the supplies before we began to march today. Practically an entire wagon's missing. Really? Are you sure? I asked calmly. Wagons didn't just disappear, but I didn't want to give my own troops reason to fear me. So I restrained my shock. We think deserters stole the resources, Brullock said. Deserters? How many? Nearly a dozen. I'm sad to say they're gnolls, sir. Well, the desertions had begun. I'm not surprised, considering the odds against us. True problem is how to deal with it. Normally, swift and firm punishment would scare the rest of the soldiers straight, but if I responded with brutality, these gnolls would simply see me as another slave master. Send a search party after the deserters, but don't go out of your way. I can't force them to fight, nor do I want to. Brullock nodded and turned to leave. One more thing, I said. Order the search party to capture the deserters. Don't kill them. Don't harm them in any way. Well, we'll see if that works. Okay, and yeah, Tarnum's trying to head back towards the castle. Alright, Alkin here. Okay, can finally get to the Tree of Knowledge. And learn basic wisdom, which is a very useful skill. Okay, finally somebody's flagging that gold mine, which will help. Especially since we're having supply wagons go missing now. Okay, and Rosic. You can pick up the loot from that campfire. And then Tazar can visit those couple of learning stones. Ooh, basic earth magic. Okay, we'll build the Glyphs of Fear this turn. And I guess they didn't steal troops. Well, other than the ones that deserted, obviously. Okay. Yeah, looks like Tarnum's going to reach. So we'll add some troops to his army. Okay, we can do maybe Cage of Warlords. That would improve Tarnum's defense. And we can hire a couple more Gorgons. We can have the rest of our secondary heroes visit those learning stones and Tree of Knowledge. I'm really thankful for finding all these level up things in the secondary heroes because they've been kind of short on those up until this point in the campaign. Okay, I think we'll build maybe the captain's quarters and hire some more troops. Okay. Today I joined the party searching for the deserters after they discovered some fresh tracks. Leaving Brullock in command of the army, I took half a dozen lizardmen with me. We crept through the mud and bushes, ignoring the fat leeches that collected in our bare skin. Finally, we tracked them to a small cave in the side of a mound poking up out of the swamp. A few of the trees round the entrance to the cave had been burned black and lifeless by recent fire. Half of you form up on the left, the others on the right, I ordered. Drawing my sword. I'm going in. I slipped into the cave on my hands and knees. The scent of charred vegetation was replaced by the pungent odor of burned flesh. I knew what I'd find even before I saw the bodies, but I still couldn't stop. I crawled to the back of the cave, trying not to breathe the disgusting air. And I found the deserters. That is, what was left of them. Their killers had ambushed them while they slept, removing their heads, stealing their supplies, and for some reason, they set the cave on fire. These were the type of people we were dealing with. Murderers! If only I had the time to turn my army against Mad King Griffinhard. The man was a blight on this land, but I wasn't here for vengeance. I was here to save a people from destruction. So, we'll have Tarnum pick up some troops from the other castle here, and then I think we'll finally be ready to challenge those monks standing between us and the garrison and move on to the north half of the map in the next episode. So we will see you then.